Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's 5 most controversial quotes. Political Rhetoric Examined. Concentration camps. Everyone has 2 jobs. Farting cows. Apartheid state. Genocide in Gaza. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez became the youngest woman ever elected to Congress in 2018, defeating 10-term incumbent Joe Crowley in a shocking primary upset. As a self-described democratic socialist and member of the Squad, her words ignited fierce debate across America. This is what she actually said, verified, sourced, and in context. Welcome to Burden of History, where truth isn't just told, it's restored. This is part of our series examining political rhetoric across the ideological spectrum. On June 17, 2019, Ocasio-Cortez said in an Instagram live video, "The United States is running concentration camps on our southern border, and that is exactly what they are. They are concentration camps." She referenced Fort Sill in Oklahoma, which once held a Japanese internment camp, and invoked "never again," a phrase commonly associated with Holocaust remembrance. Reverend Liz Cheney responded, "Please, age AOC, do us all a favor and spend just a few minutes learning some actual history. 6 million Jews were exterminated in the Holocaust. You demean their memory and disgrace yourself with comments like this." Ocasio-Cortez defended herself by distinguishing between concentration camps and death camps, arguing that experts define concentration camps as the mass detention of civilians without trial. Source: Instagram Live, June 17, 2019, CNN, June 18, 2019, verified by multiple news outlets. During a July 13, 2018 PBS Firing Line interview, Ocasio-Cortez said, "Unemployment is low because everyone has 2 jobs. Unemployment is low because people are working 60, 70, 80 hours a week and can barely feed their family." The statement was factually incorrect. The Bureau of Labor Statistics counts each person only once, regardless of how many jobs they hold. Fewer than 5% of employed Americans work multiple jobs. Not everyone. PolitiFact rated the statement "pants on fire." Factcheck.org noted that the number of people holding more than 1 job has no bearing on the unemployment rate. Ocasio-Cortez later clarified on Twitter that she meant low wages drive people to second jobs, though that wasn't what she originally said. Source: PBS Firing Line, July 13, 2018, PolitiFact, July 18, 2018, Factcheck.org, July 18, 2018. In February 2019, an FAQ document released by Ocasio-Cortez's office about the Green New Deal stated, "We set a goal to get to net zero rather than zero emissions in 10 years because we aren't sure that we'll be able to fully get rid of farting cows and airplanes that fast." The phrasing sparked immediate mockery from conservatives. President Trump said at a rally, "I really don't like their policy of taking away your car, of taking away your airplane flights, of you're not allowed to own cows anymore." The document was quickly deleted from her website. Ocasio-Cortez later blamed a staffer, saying, "I definitely had a staffer that had a very bad day at work," and called it a working draft that was released too early. She defended the substance, saying, "We need to take a look at factory farming, period." Source: Green New Deal FAQ, February 2019, CNBC, February 8, 2019, Washington Examiner, March 30th, 2019. On May 15, 2021, during an escalation of violence between Israel and Hamas, Ocasio-Cortez tweeted, "Apartheid states aren't democracies." The tweet came after an Israeli airstrike destroyed a building housing media offices, including Al Jazeera and the Associated Press. She wrote, "If the Biden admin can't stand up to an ally, who can it stand up to?" While human rights organizations like Human Rights Watch have used the term apartheid to describe Israeli treatment of Palestinians, it remains rare and controversial for US legislators to use this language. Ocasio-Cortez joined Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Cory Bush in calling Israel an apartheid state, breaking from the overwhelming pro-Israel consensus in Congress. Source: Twitter, May 15, 2021, Al Jazeera, May 16, 2021. On March 22, 2024, in a House floor speech, Ocasio-Cortez accused Israel of genocide in Gaza, stating, "This is a mass starvation of people, engineered and orchestrated following the killing of another 30,000, 70% of whom were women and children killed." She called for the U.S. to suspend the transfer of U.S. weapons to the Israeli government in order to stop and prevent further atrocity. 2 days later on CNN, she defended using the word genocide, saying it was taken with extraordinary gravity, and "I believe we have crossed the threshold of intent." Notably, Ocasio-Cortez had previously avoided using the term genocide, facing criticism from the left for being too cautious. This marked a significant shift in her rhetoric. Source: House floor speech, March 27, 2024. CNN, March 24, 2024. Al Jazeera, March 22, 2024. These 5 quotes reveal a pattern: bold rhetoric that energizes progressive supporters while drawing intense criticism from opponents. From comparing border facilities to concentration camps, to misunderstanding unemployment statistics, to using charged terms like apartheid and genocide for Israeli policy. Ocasio-Cortez's defenders argue she speaks uncomfortable truths about systemic injustice and brings moral clarity to political debates. Her critics argue she uses inflammatory language, spreads economic misinformation, and demonizes Israel. Regardless of perspective, her words reach millions and shape progressive political discourse. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez remains one of the most influential voices in progressive politics. This video is historical documentation, not harassment. Disagreement is democratic. Violence and threats are not. Next in this series, examining more political figures across the spectrum with the same standards. Subscribe to see the full playlist examining political rhetoric from all sides. Truth isn't just told, it's restored.